Hey there, guys and gals. This is John Dutton, and for what I'm about to say to you, I'm protected by the First Amendment. I'm currently on a cruise in which I attended an event recognizing the veterans on the ship. It was a very heartfelt occasion as I had the opportunity to share some of my thoughts to all the veterans and families of the veterans that attended the event. And immediately after I started speaking, I could tell that the words I was speaking met the minds of the veterans and the families. I could see the nodding to the points I was making. And I really wanted to get in some deeper issues and realized that I had to pass the microphone back because I had to consider that this was not my platform to speak. And after the ceremony, I had several people come to me and say how much they appreciated what I had said. And I want to share some things that I said. I spoke about our need to consider the oath that we all took to defend our Constitution and our country against all the enemies, both foreign and domestic, and how it was the most important now to start because that oath had never expired, just because we took it before our service. And the point I wanted to make, but I couldn't because it was not my platform, was that our government is not going to save us as a country because our government has been infiltrated and corrupt to the core. You know, we live in a system that has created a false sense of obligation which has enslaved us. And an example of a false sense of obligation is to pay income taxes or pay on national debt that was created out of thin air. You know, it was created to fool ordinary people like you and I into believing that our country owes some large amounts of money. This was a debt created by one corporation to another corporation owned by the same people. And it started with, I'm just going to say, it may not have started with the United States Incorporated, but it is now currently the United States Incorporated. And so this fraud is being perpetuated on you and I, and we've been tricked into believing that in this life we're all living as the way life is supposed to be, and that no alternative exists or should be dreamed of. And if you don't understand what we as Americans are facing, you know, please, for our children's sake and our grandchildren's future, stop, and pull your heads out of your asses, because right now our country is going through a revolution, and the threat to our Constitution and freedoms are at an all-time high level. If you understand this threat we're facing, then you have a moral responsibility to do everything in your power to alter the course we're on, regardless of the odds. And, you know, what I've learned, in my life, there's 3 stages to a revolution. You know, stage 1 is an ideological resistance. We have to wake up as many people about what is happening and the direction we're headed. And this will take a mind shift in your mindset, and no meaningful resistance can happen without this. It's only when an idea reaches critical mass it begins to spread on its own, seeping into all levels of society. And we need more people in this fight, speaking up, making videos, writing articles, getting the information onto both the national and international stage. We also need to reach out to our military and police. Our police have been trained to do things one way. And then we move on to stage 2, which is civil disobedience or nonviolent resistance. And in this stage, withhold your money and your obedience from the government. Do everything in your power to bring the gears of the state to a halt. Learn your rights and learn how to exercise them. Fight your traffic ticket. Become a non-taxpayer and tell your employer to stop withholding taxes. Stop consenting to letting these corrupt officials, that have either been appointed or we think we elected in our daily life affairs, or administer in our daily life affairs, and bleeding us dry of our hard-earned money and wealth. If we fail to successfully change things within stage 1 or stage 2, stage 3 is a last resort, and it should be avoided and delayed as long as possible, and only invoked when all other options have been thoroughly exhausted. You know, for all of you who talk tough and claim you'll resist when the time comes, you know, you're failing to realize that if you can't be a part of or play a role in, you know, stage 1 or stage 2 and just save your efforts only for stage 3, you know, you're setting yourself and us up to fail as a country and as a people, you know, because an armed uprising or stage 3 can only succeed if people have shifted their mind and established a mindset of active resistance. You know, unplug from the mainstream propaganda. You know, the time for resistance is now. Unplug yourself from this matrix, you know, that we're currently, you know, and unknowingly designed to be a pawn in this game of chess called life. You know, our like I said, our future. You know, and most of us are probably baby boomers who have to initiate this and do these things I just mentioned. But if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You know, if you're seeing this on TikTok, you know, hit the love button. And, you know, I'm going to continue bringing you good content. There's a lot of things I promised that I would bring to you, and I am working on that currently to fulfill my promise to you. Again, this is my name's John Dutton. I'm the real John Dutton, and I'll look forward to talking to you again soon.